make a mistake. So I'm also predicting that I will make a mistake. So we see that there are two components of anxiety. Number one component is exaggeration of badness and underestimation of coping resources. So when there is anxiety, you predict that there is something negative is going to happen, but that's not sufficient for anxiety. There is always a negative prediction, and then there is exaggeration of badness, which is the consequences would be much worse than what they actually will be. For instance, if I was to say that I will freeze during the question answer session on the stage. And if you ask me, are you anxious? It's like, yes. Then how bad would it be on a 0 to 100 scale if I were to freeze on the stage? And then a person who is anxious would typically respond 80%, 90%, and so on, right? So this is the exaggeration of badness that we see. And there is simultaneously, there is also underestimation of the coping resources. For example, I won't be able to cope with it. If this happens, then I won't be able to cope with it. This is what happens. So let's quickly learn the methods to handle anxiety. One of the major things that we need to learn about handling anxiety is that not all worry is unhealthy. If you're worrying about something, it does not necessarily mean that it's unhealthy. There's something called as healthy worry. What is healthy worry? In healthy worry, there is problem solving. So you write down things that what needs to be done just in case it happens. So you prevent the problem, you minimize the problem, and so on, right? Then second thing is you are in control, where you feel that yes, although the situation is bad, I can do something about it. So you feel more in control. There is less helplessness. In anxiety, there is a lot of helplessness. Oh my God, I can't do anything about this. I'm frozen. And there is less helplessness in healthy worry. And there is concern instead of anxiety in healthy worry. So if you're worrying, let us say that I want to drive outside the city and it's raining heavily. I would be concerned if the tire pressure is correct or probably the wipers are correct of the car and so on. So instead of feeling anxious, oh my God, what will happen? What will happen? My focus is on what needs to be done to reduce the damage, what needs to be done to reduce the possibility of all this. And there is accurate estimation of how bad things will be. There is accurate estimation of how likely it is to be. Say, for instance, I was very, very anxious of performing on stage. I will think that it is definitely 90% chance that I will fail. The accurate chance of failing is actually 10%, but I will think that it is 90%. This is what our brain does to us is when we are anxious, we over predict the the likelihood of that happening and the badness of that specific event. So let's quickly turn to the techniques of anxiety. There is a simple technique of anxiety which is called as the worry tree technique. What is worry tree technique? A worry tree technique is a technique where it's a simple what we call as a flow chart, right? Now in worry tree, we do something like this, which is you identify what is the worst case scenario that will happen. So, say for instance, your worst prediction would be, I will fall on the stage. Now, this is your worst case prediction. And then ask yourself, can I do something about it right now? If the answer is yes, then do it and instruct the brain to stop worrying. If the answer is no, I can't do anything about it right now, then ask yourself, when can I do something about it? And then do postpone your worry till that time that when you will be able to do something about it, right? And then instruct your brain to stop worrying again. In both these cases, shift your attention to something where you find something pleasurable, something meaningful to do, and so on. So this is exactly what we call as a worry tree technique, where you ask yourself a specific question. I think I'll have to exit this word. Yeah. Can you see the techniques of anxiety slides? Yes, I think. So worry tree technique is very simple. Ask yourself, can I do something about it right now? Yes, do it. No, postpone the worry till you can do something about it. Another technique is rumination hour technique. Some people find themselves worrying all the time, like 24 hours whenever they are up, they continue to worry, worry, worry. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? And when, this exhausts the person, at the end of it, they simply say that I wish my thoughts could stop, right? Because it increases the muscle tension, it kills your appetite, it kills your everything, right? Your peace of mind and everything. So for them, there is this technique called as the rumination hour, where you assign yourself an worry hour. Say, for instance, from 6 o'clock in the evening to 7 o'clock in the evening, I'm going to worry about this, right? Only 1 hour a day. And then whenever at other points in time you find yourself worrying, then simply postpone the worrying to that time, where let's say in the morning you start worrying about something, right? And you tell yourself that no, 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 I'm going to worry about it in 6 to 7 p.m. at night, right? So you're not going to worry about this all the time, especially if it's a repetitive worry. But if your house is on fire, then you will have to run, right? Don't say that Dr. Shishir has told to worry about this in the evening and the house is on fire at 10 o'clock in the morning. So run. Do not postpone the worry. There is a real danger there. So don't follow these techniques just because I'm saying so. So if you find yourself worrying repetitively about the same thing over and over again, which does not lead to any productivity, assign a rumination hour where you keep ruminating, worrying, what if, why not, if only, and so on in that specific hour. But force yourself to worry in that hour. You will find that within is over because you don't you can't deliberately worry. Another technique is a worry jar technique, where what you do is you take a glass jar and write down your worries every day. What do you think will happen? So, for example, I will fail, I will be rejected, I will fall ill, and so on. So, write down the chits on the paper and put them in the jar. And when you put them in the jar, observe them every day. And if any of these worry actually comes true, say for instance, you did fall ill, take this out, tear it off, and throw it away. And keep writing new worries whenever they come and put it in the jar. Observe the jar after 1 month, and you will see that majority of worries never actually happened, and a majority. There is another technique called as the catastrophe technique, where we don't have much time to demonstrate it, but I can simply tell you what happens in this technique. So this yellow line, let's say, is the badness scale. How bad will it be if it happens? So how bad will it be if your worst case scenario happens? Let's say that someone worried that they will fail in an exam, right? Let us say that you predict that you're going to fail in the exam. If somebody is really worried and anxious, they will say that it will be 80% bad if this happens. Now, when you say 80%, you're going to feel very anxious about it, right? Then ask yourself, what will fall between 80 and 100%? So things getting worse than that. So besides failing, I'll be expelled from the college. That would be 90% bad. And then what would fall between 90% and 100%? I am not only expelled from college, but also I do not get a job. And then, I don't get a job, I'm blacklisted, and people would say that that would be 99% bad. And then I ask these people, we have five major areas of life: mental health, physical health, interpersonal health, academic, professional health, and last is financial health. Everything can go bad. For example, you might get depressed, you might get anxious, you might develop a serious psychiatric problem. Your physical health may be damaged, your interpersonal health may be damaged, you have friends, family, everyone can probably leave you, your finances can become zero, you may have major issues in all areas of life. And if I usually take it on myself that I might be dying a very slow, painful death and bad. So in comparison to this 99% bad, where I'm dying a slow, painful death, nobody's taking care of me, I don't have money, my physical health, my mental health, all gone for a toss, my profession is completely ruined. I would call that 99. As compared to this, failing an exam, how bad it would be, really. Then they will say, I think it would be 10% bad, right? So this means that, the question that we ask, what's the worst will happen, is not sufficient I think I got disconnected for a moment. Now you can see me. Just one person raise hands. Raise their hand. I can't see myself. But can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now why can't I see myself? Video. Yeah. Now I can see myself.
Yes, yes.
So if you press the rewind button, then you will be going back in time. If only I had done this, if only I had done that, things were different, then today it would be different. If you press the forward button, then you will keep thinking, oh my God, what will happen? This will happen, that will happen. What will I do if I do this? So the rewind button will make you depressed that you're looking into the past and guilty and ashamed and hurt. And the forward button will make you very, very worried, right? Um, and then the play button, instead of rewind forward, just play the uh, press the play button, which will bring you back in time, which is right now what needs to be done. I often give this example of a pilot where, you know, pilots are trained specifically to, if there is a crisis on a plane, they simply are trained to think what needs to be done now. And that's exactly what they do. Instead of thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that, because there is no time to waste. And that's what I want you to I want to tell you is that be in the moment, what needs to be done next. If you do this, then your focus will shift to the present and not on anxiety. All right. So this is a story of a small monster. Now, this was where, there was a monster who attacked a kingdom, and the people from the kingdom fed him with, animals every day, and just to save themselves from danger. And as they fed him with animals, the monster grew bigger and bigger and bigger, and it became very difficult for them to kill the monster. And the prince, once, so he ran towards the monster. He thought that, no, this is the time when I have to kill the monster. And as he ran towards the monster shrank in size. And then when he faced him, he was the equal size and he could kill him. So the prince asks the monster, "What? Who are you?" The monster said, "My name is Fear. The more you feed me, the bigger I grow. And if you face me, I shrink." This is exactly what we do when we avoid any thing that we are afraid of. So if you are afraid of something, if you avoid it, the fear becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So do not avoid it. Start doing it. It may not be as bad as you had imagined. Another common feeling we feel is feeling depressed. Now, although clinical depression is different from feeling depressed, this is I am going to help you with how to manage feeling depressed. Many of us feel depressed, and imagine that this is the glass of water that represents my life. Now, this glass of water does not have any problems, so I can enjoy water from this glass, right? Now, if I can enjoy the water from this glass, which means my life has no issues. But then, let's say that I put a small pebble into this, may अंदर एक छोटा सा कंकड़ डाल दिया. Now, this कंकड़ represents one of the problems that I have in my life. Say, for instance, it could be financial problems, it could be family problems, and so on. Now, I might put more pebbles into this and I still will be able to drink water from this glass, which is, despite of problems, I can enjoy my life. But what if instead of water, the pebbles, I add a small drop of ink into it? Now, will I be able to drink water from this? No, because I'll think my whole life is a waste. So I can think about my not only my whole life is a waste, my career is ruined, my relationship is worthless, just because there is one problem there. So many of us keep thinking like this, that just because, my relationship that has this issue, my entire relationship is a waste. जब trust ही नहीं रहा तो relationship में क्या मतलब? If I failed in this specific test or exam or contest, it means my entire modeling career is ruined or my entire efforts were waste. No, they were not waste. You learned something, you gathered something, right? So do not call one setback as the end of all the efforts that you have put. That, I don't like capsicum, I don't like broccoli. And then I asked them, does it mean that the capsicum and broccoli are bad vegetables? No, it does not mean. Uh, so it simply means that they don't suit your taste. Similarly, when someone rejects you, it does not mean you are bad, but it means you don't suit their taste. So do not take it personally. Loneliness is another feeling that all of us experience. Even people who are happy in a relationship experience loneliness. Now, the way to deal with loneliness is understanding the thought behind loneliness. We experience loneliness because of primarily one thought, which is, I need relationships to be happy. I can't be happy without a relationship. Now, when you think like this, you're dependent on relationship to be happy. But the fact is that relationships can enhance happiness, but they are neither necessary nor sufficient for happiness. So always tell yourself that I need to be happy first, right? And then my happiness will be enhanced by the relationship. In a similar manner, um, do develop more and more sources of happiness. For example, you may want to be spending time in your hobbies, spend time with non-romantic relationships, spend time with yourself in your self-growth, personal care, and so on, learning a musical instrument or singing and so on. So the more you do this, the less lonely you will feel in future, right? This is a technique I use to teach people how to deal with criticism. Many of us feel criticized and then we take it very quickly personally and then we feel very hurt. Oh my God, this happened. So imagine this sponge. If you put it in a bucket of water, it will absorb all the water it can, right? And it will become heavy. In a similar way, if someone throws criticism at you, you might absorb all the criticism inside thinking that it is true. However, always remember that not everyone who throws criticism at you is doing it with a good intent. So first thing you need to ask yourself is this a constructive criticism or is it a destructive criticism? And when you realize that it's destructive criticism, dismiss it. You simply say that, thanks for your opinion, but I don't agree with it. And when you know that it's constructive criticism, it's done with the intent of betterment, then you will pass it through certain filters. For example, is it a fact or an opinion? So sometimes it could be an opinion. For example, you're stupid, you're irresponsible. Now these labels need to be removed, and then ask them one more question, which is there a skill deficit that I do not know how to do certain things? Is there a knowledge deficit I don't know of facts? Is there a behavior deficit that I did not do something that I had promised or would be helpful? Or is it a resource deficit? For example, I don't have a PowerPoint presentation, I don't have a specific laptop or money or physical appearance or dress. Some resource is missing. So when someone criticizes you, just simply pass it through these filters. Skill deficit, knowledge deficit, action deficit, or resource deficit. When you know that it's constructive criticism. So instead of calling yourself as bad, simply fix these issues, thank the person, and move on. I think I have demonstrated this technique. Sometimes we are humiliated by other people, and then this humiliation makes us feel that, oh my God, I am worthless. I have no value left. I often do this. I take a 500 rupee note and put it on my head, and I say, "What's its value now?" If people say it's 500 again, then I crush it and put it under my feet. I stomp on it, and then I ask them again, "What's the value of this note again?" And they say, "Yeah, it's 500 rupees again." So is a problem with the note or problem with the person who badly treated it? So that's exactly what you all need to remember is that if someone humiliates you, it's not your problem. It's this person does not know how to treat you well. Not that the person is bad, but they might benefit with a little bit of learning of how to treat other people. So don't take it personally. Your value does not decrease, but simply it remains the same as it was before. So let me quickly come to the six pillars of mental health. If you want to maintain your mental health, this is for all ages, I would say. Extremely important values that you need to follow. Number one, non-negotiable is the sleep. You have to, adults have to sleep 8 hours of sleep, not just the duration, but also the timing matters. So from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock is the ideal timing. Second is 1 hour of exercise is a must. Depending on your physical condition, but 1 hour of physical activity is recommended for everyone. The third one is nutrition. And typically, it is said that your food should be rainbow colored. The more rainbow colors you have in your food, the better it is. Now, what is meant by rainbow colors? Not the artificial colors that you have used, but foods of different natural colors should be included in the diet. And that is the key to good nutrition. Of course, the foods must be customized to your physical condition. That just because something is of a rainbow color does not mean that it could be healthy for you, right? You may have an allergy to it. You may have the food may have lots of sugar in it, and then that may not be suitable for you. So, just a general guideline: in try to involve as many colors in the food that you eat, nutritious food. Third important pillar to mental health is reducing your screen time. The recommended screen time is 0, but make sure that your recreational screen time does not go beyond 2 hours a day. Then it comes that multiple sources of happiness. This is another pillar to mental health, which is the more number of things that give you happiness, the lesser are the chances that you will be devastated or probably get shattered by a small setback. And the last one is purposes of life. You have to develop purposes of life where they're not originally assigned to you, but you have to create purposes of life. For example, my purpose of life would be helping other people. My purpose of life would be creativity. It could be money. It could be family. My purpose of life could be, multiple purposes again. So contributing to the society and so on. So if you have designed purposes of life, then do something that aligns with the purposes of life every day. Then what does research say about happiness if you want to be happy? It says that fulfilling relationships are very important in happiness. So on one side, we said, relationships are neither necessary nor sufficient for happiness, but they enhance happiness. So this does not mean that relationships don't contribute to happiness. So amongst all the things that people aspire to get, it is probably fame, it could be money, it could be recognition, it could be appreciation from people. None of these have lasting impact on happiness as much as fulfilling relationships. What is a fulfilling relationship? If you can call someone at 3 o'clock at night and they will stand by you, this is one indicator that you have invested a lot in this relationship and they will do things for you back. So if you can trust someone for help, assistance, or being there by your side, and then it also means that you are the same for this specific person. And that is the key to long term happiness. And that you must remember. that invest sufficient time and energies into fulfilling relationships. So I'm not going to talk about basic communication skills. However, all right, so this is what I wanted to talk about in today's session about happiness, managing anxiety, and managing negative feelings. Although there is a lot to share, even I would say, despite besides all this. But I quickly want to share one technique of managing anxiety on the stage. The technique that helps manage anxiety on stage is something like breathing, which is square breathing. You don't have to deep breathe while you do the this exercise, because deep breathing will worsen your hyperventilation during the anxiety episode. So what you need to do is to slow down your breathing and breathe normally as if you are sitting at a normal place and breathing with a normal pace. So square breathing goes like this, which is inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. So this is square breathing that you need to do. Another technique that if you get very anxious on the stage is what we call as refocusing. So focus on one specific object, not a person, where you find out the excessive details about that object. Say, for instance, I was to focus on a chair, then I might think that what would be the weight of this chair? If I tap on the chair, what will be the sound like? What texture is the fabric of? Where it might be manufactured? Um, and if I move the chair, what sound will it make, and so on. So try to think excessively about the chair. This will reduce your anxiety in 5 minutes. So, although there are many other techniques, but the best technique I often say is doing work before you get anxious. This acceptance of yourself as a human being. Everyone can make mistakes. You are a human being. And remembering that your performance at the stage does not determine your worth. Nothing determines your worth. Your worth is equal to everyone else. However, your performance can be better or worse than other people. So follow me on these pages. Like this is my LinkedIn, this is my Instagram, and this is my website. You may quickly point your cameras on these QR codes, and it will take you to the link of these specific social media. If you have questions that you don't want to ask right now, you may want to write them on email, which is shishirpal@gmail.com. All right, so I'm open to questions right now. Anyone? What questions do you have about management of stress and anxiety?
Can I just have a question? I have
Sure, sure,
just
sure.
recently observed that I am going through a severe headache. Probably it's the stress, like you said, like you were discussing. It is the closer I'm coming to the date, I feel there is that. Initially, I thought maybe it's a gas issue or something, so I'm not having my breakfast on time or whatever, whatever. Then I thought, oh, my motion is not clear. I was trying to identify my problem. But then when everything is fine and set, even then I am getting one kind of a pain, that kind of thrusts on my head. And I could understand that this comes only when the stress is coming. So actually I'm under stress that uh, the pageant is coming nearer. And I have some physical difficulties like arthritis and back problems. So I am not uh, vigorously able to practice. And
No
that is
problem. Okay,
kind
so
of
when this happens, yeah, yeah. So I would suggest a complete evaluation. I would suggest that you do your vitamin D, B12, and thyroid function test, including the CBC complete blood count. Quickly consult a general physician. It could be MD medicine, and they might give you. First of all, this values must be off the mark. If you have not checked them recently, please check them. Psychosomatic problems are extremely common, where you experience physical symptoms when the stress goes up. Do not compromise on sleep. You must sleep 8 hours a day. Try to do exercise as much as 1 hour a day. And then also drink a lot of water. some medication might be required. So I would like to screen you for anxiety and depression as clinical syndromes that may be triggered by oncoming stress, right? So this is why we say that a complete evaluation of each case needs to be done. However, all these things are reversible. So you will definitely feel better in time with one-to-one, I would say, consultation with a physician first. So have you consulted a physician in the last 15
Like
days?
not 15 days, maybe 2 months. I keep on getting myself checked with my thyroid because I am having thyroid issues. I take 50 mg Chironorm. Besides that, my pressure, my sugar level, everything is fine. Touch wood. Only thing is, I do suffer from arthritis. And at this point of time, I have been one of those initial ones who had joined this pageant. And now, sooner I'm coming to the date, closer to the date, I feel that did I make the mistake of enrolling myself? And after so many months, my health is really deteriorating and I shouldn't have joined. And these are the thoughts that's coming into my mind, honestly speaking. And that's just losing that interest with me, and especially when it's affecting my
I can
health.
relate to you. I can relate to you. I had arthritis. I still have arthritis, and I'm just
Mhm.
48 years old. Um, I got myself total knee replacement done all by myself. I went to the hospital, got it done, came back home, and everybody was surprised, like, what? So I know how arthritis can be very,
Painful.
I would say, the right thing would be your symptoms are not adequately treated. This is what I can see from what is happening. So please consult a specialist and get these symptoms adequately treated, right? And that will help you drastically reduce the stress levels. And please comply with the medication. Sometimes we take SOS medication. If I'm in pain, I'll take medication and not as prescribed by the doctor, thinking that I'll get addicted to these, this will harm my kidneys and so on. Please don't. Listen to the doctor exactly the way they say, and I'm sure that your symptoms would reduce and there will be adequate control of the symptoms. Yes. Next, please.
Thank
Hello,
you.
sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Actually, some from few days. Actually, I see this key when I feel stress and when I feel anxiety. That time my back head and the shoulder start paining. Actually, I lost my husband in 2022. After that, I sometimes I feel very much depressed and anxiety, and then pain has started. So, is there any reason for that?
Yeah, yeah. So when we are stressed, our muscles tighten, and when we stay distressed for a long time, the muscles keep tightened for a long time. Now this leads to muscle fatigue and pain, and that is the reason for neck pain, back pain, and headache when someone is stressed for a long time. So two things might help. One is managing the depression with counseling, and another would be additionally, because we are biological beings, we get biological disturbances in ourselves. Medication will definitely help. So consult a physician nearby, and they will prescribe you medication. Do not think that they are going to be addictive or something. The side effects of not taking medication are worse than side effects of taking medication. So please consult a physician, and I'm sure you will respond to the treatment. Cognitive behavior therapy, CBT, will definitely help in managing your problem, right? So consult a trained therapist. Next question, please.
Thank you.
Hello,
You're welcome. Yeah.
hello, hello.
Yes.
Sir, hi, I'm Dr. Burkha.
Hi, doctor.
So, I too have the same problem that I have no time for practice, and at times I really think, why did I enroll in it finally? Because most of the times it's like either ICU or in OTs. So, वो ADR दस भी होता है फिर. So, I really don't understand. It's anxiety, it's stress, because I'm not getting time for practice. I'm not able to do my
I
tasks in
understand
time.
you don't get time for practice, but do your best whatever you can. You're not competing with anyone else, but you're simply doing it out of passion, and nobody's gonna judge you like, oh, you did not do so well. right? Except the judges, but they will judge your performance, not you. I think you do it because you love it, right? You love the
That's
practice, you love the going on the stage, and look at that side, like, I'm enjoying this whole process, right? At the same time, I am not losing balance on work. So I'm doing this with managing family and or at the same time my work, and that is more important, specifically I am doing my best. So try to do as much as you can without expecting perfectionism from yourself, that I have to do this. I love to do this, therefore I'm doing it. Secondly, do not let the balance be lost, right? Priority is work and family. And for some time, you will definitely have to manage time for the practice as well. So, on specific days of practice, dedicate yourself, delegate some work to other people, and devote time to practice as well, right? But don't judge yourself based on the performance. Thank you. Lekha,
okay.
yes, you have
Thank
a
you.
question?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Jai Jinendra. I can't hear you. You're mute.
I have sent the question in the comment box, sir.
Um, Okay, so first of all, negative thinking could be an indicator of depression and anxiety. You cannot stop negative thinking, but you can respond to negative thinking. One is, not all negative thoughts are true. For example, if you have negative thoughts such as "I am not good enough," do not trust such thoughts. There are certain things that may be improved, but entirely "I'm not good enough" is not true. The future is not good enough. Something bad will happen. This negative thought may not be true. So something may happen, but it's not does not mean that it definitely will happen. Then there are a variety of negative thoughts about life also. Life is meaningless and so on. Don't trust all negative thoughts. So simply ask yourself what needs to be done, then you will be able to respond to these negative thoughts. But if you think that these negative thoughts are too much to handle, then consult a therapist. That would be a good start. And all of you, as I have suggested, please do the blood test, vitamin D, vitamin B12, thyroid function test, and complete blood count. And if anyone here is above 40, then also do your HbA1c, which is a test for the last 3 months glucose in your blood. So HbA1c is an additional test that you might add if you're above 40. Um, all right. So Varsha, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Good
hello.
morning,
This is
doctor.
Dr. Varsha here.
Yes. Good
Can
morning.
you hear me?
Yes.
Uh, I have basically two problems. One of them is procrastinating everything whenever it comes to decision making, because I'm like, जितना delay हो सके where I don't need to make a decision, I try to postpone it on till that verge. And many a times I lose a lot of opportunities because of that, be it in my personal life or be it in my professional life. And how can I change this habit of procrastination?
So procrastination is an extremely common behavior that we see in people. And whenever we procrastinate, it's usually, we have a condition that we put on ourselves. For example, I must be in a mood. I must have an absolute guarantee that I will succeed. I must have my work output to be perfect and so on. So ask yourself, what conditions am I putting on myself? So sometimes, we have conditions like अंदर से आवाज आनी चाहिए. There should be no anxiety, there should be high motivation, the work should be up to my standard, there should be fast internet, there should be good sleep with penalty. So identify the condition that you're putting on yourself. Like, if only this was there, I would have done it. And then ask yourself, is it possible to do the task even when these conditions are not met? Um, have I ever done this task even if these conditions were not met? And is it helpful to do the task even if the condition is not met? So, Varsha, can you tell me one quick incident when you postponed, and what were you insisting that unless this happens, I will not do it?
Also, there are many examples. If I quote of the recent one, it was like I was looking for a job opportunity and I got a really good one. But when it came to decision making, I just had the negative thoughts about. I just overlooked the positive things which were associated with the job, and I focused on the negative things. like
If
if I
only
join
this
this.
job didn't have anything negative. If only this job didn't have anything negative, I would have gone ahead, right?
Yeah. Hello.
So this is a condition that you put on yourself. This is a condition that you put on the job that if only the job didn't have anything negative, I would have gone ahead. Um, is it possible to go ahead even if the condition is not met?
So there I lack confidence. I cannot make out कि मुझे आगे बढ़ना चाहिए कि नहीं बढ़ना चाहिए.
No. Would it be helpful to go ahead with the job even if the condition is not met? Even if the job has some negatives, is it helpful to go ahead?
It might be financially helpful, but in the long term, it might not be so helpful.
All right. So, in the financial, if your goal is financial
I mean, in short term,
improvement,
it is
then it might
definitely
help.
better than now. In short term, it is definitely better than what
Correct.
I am
Yeah.
having now. But in long
Yes.
term, it
So
might
it
not
will
be
help,
helpful.
right? And if it is not helpful, you can take a decision again later, right?
Okay.
Yes. Secondly, is it possible to do go ahead even if everything is not ideal?
Uh, Actually, one should go ahead, but maybe problem here is I am not able to move ahead if everything is not seeming to be ideal. But that is never going to
No,
be the
you're not
base.
answering my question. No, you're not answering my question. My question is it possible? The answer would be yes or no. Is it possible to go ahead even if everything is not ideal?
Yes.
Yeah. Would it be helpful? You said yes. Short term, it would be helpful. Is it possible? Yes. Have you done it in past ever that things were not ideal, but you still went ahead?
Yes, I have done it.
Correct. So if the answers to all these three questions are yes, then go ahead. And then walking on the path, this way you will be able to break the cycle. And then 6 months down the line, you might realize that this was a largely unhelpful decision. Then retake a decision, quit the job. But if you think that this was largely helpful decision, then you have already broken the cycle anyway, and then gotten the benefits of the decision, right? So I think your problem is what we call as perfectionist procrastination, where unless everything is perfect, you do not go ahead. But that is costing you a lot of resources, especially time, and causing problems in your life, right? If this doesn't work, make sure that you consult a CBT therapist one-on-one to get this problem resolved. But procrastination is extremely common, right? All right, next question, Kushbu.
Mm,
Yes, sir, I'm here. Good
Yes,
afternoon,
please.
sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, some changes has come in my life last month. I have lost my husband, and I'm
Okay.
not well from inside. I'm taking some pills which is prescribed by my doctor because I'm not getting sleep at night.
Mhm.
I'm also a diabetes patient, and I'm having pain on my body and my head also. All the time the headaches come. The worry you has just said that some of the worry which does not go 24 hours. I'm trying to do meditation, but that worry is not going. I'm taking
I
some
would
medicine.
contraindicate I would contraindicate meditation for you because meditation is counterproductive when people have anxiety and depression. So if you have depression and anxiety, do not meditate, right? Physical activity would be recommended. Instead of 1 hour of meditation, go for a fast walk of 1 hour every day, right? So because meditation gives you opportunity to focus on all the negative thoughts, like these thoughts keep coming into your head, so do, and you will be struggling to get rid of these thoughts. Don't do this.
Sir,
Second
I'm
is,
taking.
if you are on medication, please
Hmm.
sorry.
Sir, I'm taking some medicines. Depending on medicine is not good. I know also. Zudol P.
What is depending on medicine? What is depending on medicine? We all depend on food, air, water, right? We cannot survive without it. Do we ever feel ashamed of, what, I'm so dependent on water. If I don't drink water, my throat is parched. Come on. Medicines are benefiting you. You're not dependent on them, right? So stop saying that I'm dependent on medicines. I am being benefited by medicines. If it was thyroid medication, if it was diabetes medication, if it was blood pressure medication, we wouldn't say that I'm dependent on these medicines. If you are taking vitamin supplements, you wouldn't say I'm dependent on them. So why shame psychiatric medication? I take psychiatric medication. I have taken antidepressants. I take ADHD medication, and I never think that I'm dependent on it. I'm being benefited on it. Even, Shivaji Maharaj or probably Rani Lakshmibai didn't get the medicines that I am getting today. I'm so lucky to be born in this era where I am being, I can afford treatment which is safe, effective, and helpful. So I'm like, come on, this is 2024 for the update, right? So you're getting very, very good medication, which, thousands of researchers have worked on and brought to you. So let us salute these people who have transformed people's lives. There's nothing wrong in taking medication. It's not a sign of weakness. Simply take it as prescribed by the doctor. All right. Okay. So just
Hi,
change your
doctor.
perspective towards medication. You're lucky enough to get safe medication. Yes. Hi.
Hi. Good morning, doctor. I am Banasri
Good morning.
Das. डॉक्टर मेरा थायराइड है 10 years से, तो दैट्स वाई मेरा मूड स्विंग बहुत होता है, एंड दिस इज माय फर्स्ट पेजेंट, एंड ऑल्सो आई हैव ए पेस मेकर. सो मुझे ना ड्यूरिंग दिस जर्नी ऐसे ही मेरा मूड स्विंग होता है, तो कभी कभी बहुत गुस्सा आ जाता है, कभी कभी बहुत काम हो जाती हूँ. तो अभी ये बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया है, सब कुछ एक साथ, मतलब जॉब, बच्चा, फैमिली, सब कुछ करके ये जो टाइम चल रहा है, तो हाउ कैन आई कंट्रोल माय इमोशंस बेसिकली.
So when you say mood swings hota hai, have you checked your thyroid lately?
यस यस यस, वेरी
It's in
रिसेंटली,
control?
लास्ट मंथ. हाँ,
Is it
मुझे
in control?
मेडिसिन मेडिसिन इज, यस, इट इज अंडर कंट्रोल.
नहीं, थायराइड जो TSH है उसका लेवल क्या है?
अभी तो मुझे याद नहीं है, वो एक बार देखना पड़ेगा प्रेस्क्रिप्शन
Please
रिपोर्ट में.
check it, and review the doctor, very essential. And mood swings agar ho rahe hain, to it may not be because of thyroid, but continuously low mood could be because of thyroid. Now, I even don't know whether it is hyper or hypothyroidism, but I think review with the medication doctor would be helpful. And these blood tests that I have advised, please do them. Second would be managing your emotions. When you say that I have a mood swing, tell yourself how much emotional upset would be necessary and sufficient to deal with this situation. So 0 to 10, right? 0 would be not upset at all. 10 would be very, very upset, right?
यस.
So,
8 to 9.
sometimes 8 to 9 is your current
यस
emotional
यस
reaction.
यस
So,
यस.
you tell yourself that, 1 or 2 may be sufficient. So, if you are frying pakoras, you would not fry it on a very high flame, right?
यस.
वो जल जाएंगे pakoras. And if you fry it on a very low flame, then
तो नहीं होगा वो.
it will not cook.
Yes.
So you can regulate the temperature of the oil. Similarly, you can regulate your emotions. Say how much emotional upset would be necessary and sufficient to deal with this. And then you can calm yourself down. Okay, I'm getting a little too upset on this. I can manage my emotions. So let me take some pause and look at it from a different point of view. And maybe you will be less upset. So I'm not saying don't be upset at all, but less upset would be sufficient, right? And always look at things from a third person's point of view. A person who can manage these emotions very well. You might be knowing one person, your father, your mother, your mamaji, nanaji, chachaji, who would stay much calmer in the same situation, right? What would they think about the same situation? Would they be so upset? No. Why won't be they so upset? They will say, like, it's not so important, this is not the end of life, doesn't say anything about me. All right, so this too shall pass, anything. So look at people's point of view, people who manage the emotions well, and you will be able to copy their mindset as well. Hope this helps. If not, then individual counseling sessions might help you. But
Okay.
please visit the doctor, MD Medicine, one more time quickly. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Next question, please. I think we are overshooting the time. I would request that you write and me an email and follow me on the social media. One more
I
question I'm
just have
gonna
a
take,
last
and then we'll call it a day. Yes.
Can I just have a last question? How to deal with loneliness? I do live
Oh,
alone, and I'm a divorcee. So in that case, I am completely alone. So how to
right.
deal with loneliness?
Now, loneliness and being alone are two different things. Loneliness is a painful feeling. Here, we suggest that uh, develop multiple sources of happiness that do not involve people. So, for example, you may develop a hobby of gardening or painting or creating something or a new skill, for example, a new musical instrument, new language, and so on. So it is important to get happiness from 10 different sources in a day instead of just focusing on the vacuum that I have. I am a divorcee, I don't have a partner. And so instead of focusing on this, which will make your loneliness worse, develop sources of happiness. And remember, loneliness is genetically wired in our brain. It's necessary for the survival of human race. So we cannot erase that program from our head. So loneliness, even people with happy relationships can feel lonely. So it's a normal part of life, but you can reduce it, right? By doing many different things. All right. Okay. So I wish all of you a very good luck. Um, Work hard towards this contest, and then I'm sure that you will do your best. Do not have to compare with anyone else. Simply remember that uh, if you do your best, you are going to get something out of this contest, right? And I wish to see you there in Calcutta. I hope I can make it, but most likely I
Please,
won't be
please,
able to.
Dr. Shishir, please, Dr. Shishir, we really need you.
I
We
am
really
there,
want you
but
to be there because our queens are going to miss it because your session are so good. They really take real inspiration because कुछ भी करना होता है that they should feel good from inside, and that's your part, how to make them feel good about themselves. And this is reason why I want you to be there. If you can make it, because he is going to our jury also, because every year, last 2 3 years, he is become a part of our event as an honorable jury, and so that's the reason I would like to invite you, and for a one session face to face also, that's a offline session, so that will be really really great for everyone, because जब आपसे
okay,
सामने से
certainly say.
मिलेंगे, that kind of connection they will feel, that's kind of amazingly good. So I want you to be there. If you can make it for a one day also, that will be good, because 11 12 13th April is a grand finale. If you can make it 12th evening also, there will be talent round in the evening. By afternoon you can come and you can just sleep by the next day. That would be really great for us if it is possible.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best you because I have my patients back to back. Uh,
I know,
but
I know.
thank you so much, everyone, for your kind words. And I'm happy to see you again. And I wish you all the best. And I'll be watching the program on YouTube anyway.
Yes,
So
it
I
will be.
want everyone will be a winner, I know. But only few
Mhm.
will get the crowns. But everyone is gonna win some or the other thing, right? Just imagine, how proud your family will be or your significant people will be to see you on stage, and they don't want that. They definitely, it's the only litmus test for success is the crown. I don't think so. For many people who really really love you, you just being on the stage is the winning for them. So please look at it that way, right? Thank you very much,
A
and
big
have a
round of
wonderful.
applause for everyone over here. A big round of applause for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
doctor.
Thank you
much.
very
Thank
much.
you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much.
Looking forward
being
to see you.
associated with us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye, take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you, Roli ma'am.
Hello, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your session. And one more announcement, I want to do it. Today we do have a Lakme session in the evening, 5 to 6. Be ready. I'll send you the link. So you all join on time. 5 to 6 is the time by the Lakme team. So take down the the points also. If you want to write notepad, you just write down. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you so much. So we can leave the session now. Anything?
Ma'am, you are on mute.
शेड्यूल आप पे कोई भी क्वेश्चन है, आप लोग अपना रैम आई हैव अनाउंसमेंट जिसकी ड्रेसेस एंड ऑल है वो रेडी करवा ले, अपने टास्क कंप्लीट करे, कॉफी टेबल बुक के लिए रेडी रहे और टिकट्स ले ले। ये सारा मैनेजमेंट आपको अभी करना है। कॉफी टेबल बुक के लिए पिक्चर्स एंड आई नीड योर स्टोरी, दैट क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर इज ऑलरेडी देयर। ओके, और कुछ भी जानना है वॉक पे, आई थिंक यू ऑल डूइंग गुड गुड, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, पर थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत है। जब भी आपके पास टाइम है मुझे आप लोग कॉल करके मुझे बता दो, मैम दिस टाइम आई एम अवेलेबल, इवन आई विल मेक श्योर यू ऑल शुड, मुझे इमीडिएटली जस्ट गिव मी कॉल। आप मुझे वीडियो बनाओ, मुझे भेजो, मुझे मेरा वेट मत करो, सेंड मी वीडियो। आई टेल यू किस किस के वीडियो बहुत अच्छे थे। बनाश्री, आपका एक तो पहले आपने फ्रॉक में वॉक किया था, तो आई कांट इवन कोरिलेट विद योर लेग मूवमेंट, ठीक है, तो आई कांट सी द that flares down, so I can't even correlate with it.
Okay.
Okay, now come to the पूनम जी। पूनम जी, आपका आप अपनी वॉक में बिल्कुल चेंजेस मत करें, बिकॉज आई कैन सी देर इज अ लेग्स का आपका शेप हल्का सा चेंज है। आई वुड से आपको कहते हैं वेरिएशन है, तो आप जैसे चलते हो वैसे चलो, प्लीज डोंट ट्राई टू मेक एनी स्पेशल एफर्ट टू मूव योर लोअर बॉडी, ठीक है। आप जैसे रियल में चलते हैं आप वैसे चले, बस मेंटेन योर एक्सप्रेशन। Swagata, I think didn't get your I didn't get your ramp walk video. Sujata, you have a very good walk.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're on mute again. Roli ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't hear anything.
Roli ma'am, you're on mute.
ये कुत्ता क्यों?
Ma'am, anything?
हाँ, सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी। नमिता, मुझे आपका वीडियो बिल्कुल सीरियस चाहिए। आई डिडंट गेट अ सिंगल वीडियो फ्रॉम यू विच इज वेरी वेरी गुड।
Okay, ma'am, I'll send one. Today I'll send one.
ओके, नाउ कम टू ये डॉक्टर अद्वैत, ये कौन है? 50 अद्वैत चांद नो सोनकर, सोनकर हु इज आई डोंट नो। चलो, प्रकृति प्रकृति प्रकृति, आपका मुझे नहीं आया है आपका वॉक वीडियो, ठीक है।
Okay, I will send it by today.
आपका सुदेशा, आपकी वॉक अच्छी है, पॉइज अच्छा है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज इज गुड, बट आपको हेड रैम्प पे काम करना है, हेड रैम्प पे काम करना है।
मेरा भी बोलिए मैम।
मेरा कैसे था?
कविता, कभी आप वन बाय वन आई एम टॉकिंग टू एवरीवन। कविता, आपकी वॉक अच्छी है, आप बहुत अच्छे से, एक तो आपका मतलब मुझे वॉक इतनी अच्छी लगती है जब कोई अच्छे से बना के भेजता है मुझे रील। जैसे सुदेशना ने मुझे अच्छा सा म्यूजिक लगा के रेडी करके भेजा, इतना इजी है यार, जल्दी से इंस्टाग्राम में बनाओ या एक नॉर्मल वीडियो बनाओ, उसमें पीछे म्यूजिक डाल दो इंस्टा में, और वो डाल के डाउनलोड करके मुझे भेज दो, सिंपल, सो इजी। कविता, आपकी वॉक अच्छी है, फ्रंट पे काम करना है, आपके एक्सप्रेशंस पे काम करना है, वॉक पे हल्का सा इंप्रूवमेंट करना है। देखिए, मैंने आपको कुछ कुछ एक्सरसाइजेस बताई हैं। योगा अगर आप कर रहे हैं, करने से पहले आप तो पहले स्ट्रेचिंग जरूर करें, आपके शोल्डर जबरदस्ती। मुझे एक चीज सबसे एक कंप्लेन है थोड़ा सा, कि आप लोग जब कुछ कर रहे हो ना, तो इट इज लुकिंग लाइक कुछ कुछ लोगों का सीमलेस नहीं आ रहा है। सीमलेस क्या होता है इफेक्ट? सीमलेस इफेक्ट इज व्हेन समवन इज डूइंग समथिंग व्हिच इज लाइक डजंट लाइक यू आर डूइंग समथिंग। अगर आप लोगों को लग रहा है कि आप सीमलेस कर रहे, तो इसके लिए क्या करना है, प्रैक्टिस करो और इसका रिकॉर्ड करो। और आप सबने बहुत इंप्रूव किया, इवन मुझे आज वो नहीं आई है, क्या नाम है, देयर इज अ गर्ल कॉल्ड एंड शी इज सेइंग मैम मैं बहुत डिस्टर्ब हूँ मेरे बच्चों का वजह से। ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, तो आप लोग सब अच्छा कर रहे हो, इसको मत सोचिए। इन केस नहीं, आपकी वॉक भी करो, नॉर्मल वॉक ही करो, बट दैट शुड बी इन अ गुड पॉस्चर। अगर स्विंगिंग और वो नहीं हो रहा, ट्विस्टिंग एंड टर्निंग, नॉर्मल वॉक ही करें आप, पर अपनी बॉडी पॉस्चर को परफेक्ट रखें। प्युबाली, आपको थोड़ा सा इंप्रूवमेंट की जरूरत है, और मैंने आपको वीडियो भेजा है। हर आपकी बॉडी ऐसा लग रहा है आपकी बॉडी स्टिफ है, आपकी बॉडी इज नॉट गोइंग विद द फ्लो। आप जबरदस्ती कुछ मत करो बॉडी में, आप नॉर्मल वॉक करो। अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आप नहीं कर पा रहे हो, मतलब आप कर तो पा रहे हो, यू आर रियली डूइंग ए गुड, बट मेरा सिंपल इतना कहना है, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि देयर इज सम इश्यूज with my shoulder, even my twisting and twirling, do it normally, do it
बहुत
just
कॉन्शियस हो जा रही
the
हूँ।
way you do। ये आप इतने ओल्ड हो, you joined since I think 6-7 months back, and now I don't expect this question from you, this thing from you, कि मैम I am this is
I've
not
become very stiff and conscious actually. Little bit
why
curvy. I don't know. I'm just losing that interest. I'll be very honest, and I'm getting that stress, which I was just telling doctor.
No, this is not stressful exercise. You are going to love it. First of all, आपके मन में जो thought आया ना, इसको आप लिखो. अभी आपको you got this session, right?
Yeah, I was
This session
noting down everything. I was noting everything that how to get
है
rid
ना.
of this.
आपको नोट नहीं करना है. आपको मुझसे अकेले में बात करिए. I'll talk to you. ठीक है? In person. Okay. Connect with me in person because कुछ भी नहीं है आपके दिमाग में. आपका दिमाग ना आप बहुत कुछ आपके सोच रहा हो. That is not there. You have a lot of illusions. और that is happening. और कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है. Because ये
और
आप
मेरे
है
काफी
आप
दिन से बहुत मन कर रहा था आपसे बात करूं कि when do I give you a message कि आपसे बात करनी है मुझे.
मुझे कॉल करो. I will give you call when I'm free. टुडे इवनिंग आपका मेकअप के बाद वाला. नहीं तो आप परसों मॉर्निंग का, कल मॉर्निंग मुझे कॉल कर लो. कल मॉर्निंग नहीं कर सकते हो
कल सुबह
तो
ठीक
आप बस
रहेगा.
जब भी टाइम है मुझे मैसेज ड्रॉप करो. आई जस्ट गिव यू कॉल. ठीक है. अच्छा. चंद्रायनी, चंद्रायनी आपका वीडियो में आपको थोड़ा सा करना पड़ेगा. आप अच्छा कर रहे हो और आपके पास है, आपके पास कहते हैं ना ताकत है, हिम्मत है. यू कैन जस्ट डू इट गुड. तो थोड़ा सा आपको कंसंट्रेट करना है. वॉक की प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू कर दो. अब आपके एग्जाम्स खत्म हो गया ना, अब आप प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू कर दो. ठीक है. और आता है वर्षा. वर्षा, वर्षा आपने शायद वीडियो नहीं भेजा है मुझे. हाँ नहीं नहीं, आपका वीडियो बहुत अच्छा है एज कम्पेयर टू मतलब जो मैं देखती हूँ फर्स्ट टाइमर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. वर्षा, यू डिड अ ग्रेट जॉब. यू गॉट अ वेरी गुड एक्सप्रेशन. थोड़ा सा वॉक पे काम करें, यू विल बी गुड. जो मैंने वीडियोस भेजे ना, दिन में आप 5-6 बार ऐसे ही देख लिया करो. जो वीडियोस मैंने आप लोगों को भेजे हैं, जस्ट वॉच इट ऐसे ही रैंडमली 5 to 6 टाइम. व्हेनेवर यू हैव टाइम, स्क्रॉल एंड जस्ट वॉच इट. यू आर गोइंग टू सी एन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इन योर बॉडी बिकॉज वो माइंड पे रजिस्टर हो गया ना. तो इमिडिएटली दैट योर बॉडी इज गोइंग टू परफॉर्म लाइक दैट. ओके. एंड डॉक्टर बरखा, यू आर ऑल्सो डूइंग गुड. डॉक्टर बरखा, थोड़ा सा आपका शोल्डर का और हैंड का बस सुधार लीजिए क्योंकि ये थोड़ा सा ऐसा लग रहा है कि हल्का सा यू आर पुटिंग अ फोर्स. बस दैट्स और रेस्ट ऑल इज फाइन. आपकी बॉडी में थोड़ा सा कहते हैं ना स्मूथनेस, ये थोड़ा सा आप लोग कुछ योगा करने की कोशिश करो. यू विल लव इट. इन आपकी बॉडी में स्मूथनेस और ये सब चीजें नेचुरली कम है. बेली डांसिंग एंड ऑल, दिस इज व्हाई हैपन. अपनी बॉडी का कंट्रोल हम लूज कर देते हैं. तो थोड़ा सा हाफ एन आवर 15 मिनट्स स्टार्ट डूइंग सम योगा के पोजेस जो आपको शीतल ने बताए थे. इवन इफ यू वांट टू अरेंज वन मोर फिटनेस सेशन, आई कैन अरेंज फॉर यू गाइस. तो आप बेसिक 10-15 चीजें जैसे आपके बॉडी, मुझे पता है मोस्ट ऑफ देम में ये लगता है कि आपके मसल्स आर नॉट ओपन, यू आर स्टिल स्टिफ, योर बॉडी इज स्टिफ. तो वो उसके लिए मुझे करना है कि आप थोड़ा सा योगा करो. थोड़ा सा अपनी बॉडी को लूज छोड़ो. व्हेन यू आर एंटरिंग टू द रैंप वॉक, थोड़ा सा जैसे कि अब आप योगा आप मॉर्निंग में करो. इवन इट हैपन विद मी ऑल्सो. व्हेन आप कोई भी चीज वार्म अप के साथ शुरू करो. व्हेन यू डू वार्म अप देन यू डू समथिंग, योर बॉडी विल हेल्प योर सेल्फ. क्योंकि अभी कोई कोई के साथ लग रहा है बॉडी इज नॉट हेल्पिंग यू द वे यू वांट टू शोकेस योर बॉडी टू डू. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट आई कैन रियलाइज. ओके. मोनालिसा, आपने मुझे वीडियो भेजा है. मोनालिसा, आपने मुझे वीडियो शायद नहीं भेजा है. और वर्षा ने तो
मैम,
भेजा.
वर्षा हियर.
हाँ वर्षा, आपका तो वीडियो मैंने देखा है. आई रियली लाइक योर वीडियो. बीइंग अ फर्स्ट टाइमर, यू रियली डिड गुड, बट थोड़ा सा और इम्प्रूव करें. मोनालिसा, आपका वीडियो शायद मुझे नहीं आया है. ओके. एनीथिंग एल्स, एनी क्वेरीज यू हैव?
No, ma'am. Actually, I didn't get any time. I will send it.
हाँ, मुझे भेजिए वीडियो. विजय लक्ष्मी जी, मैं
I'm
आपको
so
सिंपल
sorry.
एक टिप देना. दैट्स फाइन. विजय लक्ष्मी जी, मुझे आपको सिंपल एक टिप देनी है. बीइंग इन क्लासिक कैटेगरी, वी कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट यू टू डू लॉट ऑफ टोल्स और ट्विस्टिंग नहीं हम चाहते. मैं इसलिए बोल रही थी आप कुछ भी नहीं करना है. आप सिंपल वॉक करो, एक अच्छे पॉस्चर पे वॉक करो, स्माइलिंग के साथ वॉक करो. पर जो आप वॉक करो दैट इज विद द कॉन्फिडेंस. तो जब आप वॉक करोगे, कुछ भी पहनोगे, दैट विल लुक प्रिटी. यू डोंट हैव टू गेट इनटू द ट्विस्टिंग एंड टॉयलिंग. दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू काइंड ऑफ
हमको तो यही करना
हाँ.
था, बट मुझे ना मेरी डॉटर बोल रही थी नहीं माँ ऐसे करो वैसे
नहीं,
करो.
उसको आप करने दो. आप करो चंद्रायनी. यू जस्ट डू इट बाय योर ओन. मम्मा को रहने दो. देखो मम्मा अगर ऐसे कर रही है और अभी उनकी बॉडी में अभी थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा उसे अडाप्ट करने में, बट यू कैन डू इट. आई नो यू कैन डू इट. मम्मा को मैं चाहती हूँ सिंपली वॉक करें बट विद अ वेरी गुड पॉस्चर, और एक लाइन में वॉक करने की कोशिश करें, स्माइल करें और अपनी पॉजिटिविटी स्प्रेड करें. क्योंकि देखिए, वॉक वी हैव टू टेलर मेड. ये जो मैंने भेजा है दैट इज नॉट फॉर एवरीवन. ठीक है. ये एक ऐसी चीज नहीं है, ये ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने एक मीडियम क्लास है तो दैट विल बी गुड फॉर एवरीवन. इट माइट require some change according to your body type also, that also we can do it. Everyone have a special walk. कहते हैं ना अपने अंदर एक स्पेशल वॉक का
अपने हिसाब से
हर चीज की इंडिविजुअलिटी होती है. तो इफ यू हैव अ डिफरेंट थिंग यू कैन अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन जस्ट डू दैट. अगर आप में कुछ और क्लास है तो आपको रिकॉर्ड जरूर करें अपनी वॉक, कहीं पे भी रखें और रिकॉर्ड करके भेजें. ठीक है. द स्मूथनेस, सीमलेसनेस, नो पुटिंग एफर्ट, स्माइलिंग, these are the expressions are very very important. Okay. और जिसने कॉफी टेबल बुक के नहीं भेजे हैं प्लीज सेंड इट टू मी बाय टुमारो बिकॉज अभी उसको प्रिंटिंग में एंड ऑल इट टेक्स टाइम, फिर बाद में वी कैन नॉट डू अ चेंज. एनीथिंग एल्स? किसी को क्वेश्चन?
मैम
Ma'am, hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I have not received profitable book details.
कौन बोल रहा है?
नमिता बोल रही हूँ मैम, नमिता.
नमिता आपको मैं दोबारा भेज दूंगी फिर से. ठीक है.
ठीक है
मैम
मैम, ओके.
मैम
प्रॉफिटेबल बुक के लिए कितना पिक्चर भेजना होगा?
देखिए जो भी भेजिए मुझे 3 या 4 हाईली रेजोल्यूशन पिक्चर. देखिए लास्ट ईयर की मैगजीन वाली पिक्चर्स मैंने भेजी हैं. ठीक है. आपने दे दिया. डिड यू ओपन दैट लास्ट ईयर मैगजीन?
नो.
ओके. उसको खोल के देखिए. इन्होंने कुछ पिक्चर्स तो अच्छी लगाई है पर जिससे अच्छी पिक्चर नहीं भेजी है वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है हमारे लिए फिर अच्छे से उसको करना. फिर हम ऐसे आखिरी में उसे वो कर देते हैं. ठीक है. तो ट्राई टू गिव अस
मैम
2 गुड पिक्चर्स. 2
मैम
या 3 अच्छी हाई रेजोल्यूशन.
मैम yesterday I have sent you my introduction video,
आई
practice
हैव
video.
सीन इट. दैट्स नाइस. दैट्स नाइस.
And another thing, another
मेरा क्या
picture I have
बाकी है और
sent with
भेजिए.
that is for the coffee table magazine. I've sent a
हाँ.
picture also.
नहीं नहीं आई डिड यू. देखो मुझे ऐसे नहीं भेजो आप. एक पीडीएफ में आप करके पूरा अपना वो आंसर लिखो. उसी में
Okay,
पिक्चर्स अगर
okay.
आप चाहो तो पेस्ट कर दो, नहीं तो अलग से उसी इमीडिएटली भेजो. बिकॉज इफ यू विल सेंड मी
Okay,
स्कैटर्ड आई कैन नॉट कोरिलेट.
okay,
इवन माय टीम कैन गेट कनेक्टेड टू इट. हाउ टू डू
okay,
इट.
got it. So introduction
ओके.
video that I have sent, that is done already.
दैट इज
Actually,
ऑलरेडी बीन पोस्टेड इन ऑन
I am
द.
every week I'm taking 2-3 tasks together that I will finish every week. Then I will
हाँ.
start with this. Today I will
हाँ.
do the walk and the for the coffee table magazine I will send you today or by
वॉक
tomorrow.
आप, मैं आपको सजेशन देती हूँ. वॉक 5 टाइम 6 टाइम वीडियोस देखो. 10
Hmm.
प्रैक्टिस करके फिर 11वीं बार मुझे
Oh,
भेजो.
yes, yes, yes.
ओके.
That's why I
और
need
इट इज.
today. Then tomorrow I will
जस्ट
send
डू
because
इट
today I
10
have
to
a session
15
also.
टाइम
And
प्रैक्टिस. ओके.
yeah.
एक्सप्रेशंस पे काम करो. रिकॉर्ड शीशे के सामने देखो कि आपको शीशे के सामने व्हेन यू गो एंड वॉक ना,
Hmm.
देन यू रियलाइज कि दिस इज व्हाट लुकिंग गुड ऑन मी, दिस इज व्हाट नॉट. और
Hmm.
इंट्रोडक्शन की प्रिपरेशन भी देखो. आज मैं मेरा अभी बहुत अच्छी एक कंटेस्टेंट है दैट इज गोइंग टू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ द फाइनलिस्ट अगेन एंड शी इज रुचि जैन. एंड रुचि जैन के क्या है ना, एम्प्यूटेड लेग्स एंड लिम्स हैं. तो उन्होंने शायद वो कौन सी आया था, एक एंटरटेनमेंट चैनल इन फ्रंट ऑफ द फराह खान एंड लॉट ऑफ सेलिब्रिटीज इन्होंने परफॉर्म किया. शी इज गोइंग टू बिकम अ फाइनलिस्ट दिस ईयर. तो उन्होंने अब उनके एम्प्यूटेटेड लेग्स हैं, मतलब नथिंग लाइक शी इज लिम्बिंग.
Okay.
उन्होंने जो अपनी स्टोरी में यही बताया था कि पहले बचपन में मैं ये मैनिफेस्ट करती थी कि मैं टीवी के बड़े स्क्रीन पे जाके सेलिब्रिटीज के सामने परफॉर्म करूंगी. 7th क्लास पे आई हैव रिटन इन अ नोटबुक. नाउ इट वाज like a great moment for me when I was a part of this show and I was performing in front of the celebrity in जैसे ये इंडियन आइडल और ये होते हैं ना फैशन आइकन जो आज चैनल्स में आते हैं, बोले आई परफॉर्म देयर एंड दैट वाज अ काइंड ऑफ मूवमेंट फॉर माय लाइफ, अकम्पलिशमेंट आप कह सकते हैं. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. तो देखिए मैनिफेस्टेशन वर्क्स. Manifestation works. If you see yourself imagining something in front of the mirror, it is going to work for you. Just write
Got
somewhere.
it.
जो मैं आपको जो आज का जो सेशन मैंने इसीलिए कराया था, I'll just arrange for one more last session before the grand finale. You are going to love it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it is the practical thing that he is teaching, and that's everyone needs in, and not for the pageant, for the throughout your life. Okay. So anything else? I'm just one call away. Drop me a message if in case I'm not able to pick up your call. Even Priyanka Singh is there. Even मैंने आपको सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स के नंबर बता दिए हैं. उन सबको मैसेज ड्रॉप कर दीजिए. They'll call you back if in case किसी भी अनेबल है. They are not able to pick up your call. Okay? कुछ और जानना है आपको? So now be ready. 5 to 6 Lakme session. I won't be there, but you all have to take a ownership. कोई एक लोग आके लक्मे टीम को ग्रीट कर देगा, बिकॉज आई एम गोइंग फॉर अ होली सेलिब्रेशन, आई हैव टू गो नियर बाय, सो आई वोंट बी एबल टू मैनेज हियर एंड तो कोई भी एक ओनरशिप ले लेगा. डॉक्टर बरखा, यू कैन टेक ओनरशिप फॉर द लक्मे टीम ग्रीटिंग के लिए. I want all you have to become now take a ownership of the event. Even Namita, कोई भी available at 5 o'clock. So you have to just say welcome on board. Welcome. Thank you so much for the session. Okay, Banashri, you will take this. Okay. So
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
have to do
Sure.
when Lakme team ko I'm sending a link. There's a girl will join from the Lakme and they are going to teach you. You have to take an initiative. You are going to become a mentor for this session. And what you have to do कि आपको बस create करना. Thank you so much for being a part of this season and we really need a lot of help in terms of this. जो queries है, write it down what you want to know from the makeup and you have to check. Make sure कि जिसको कुछ जो लाना है आपको, क्योंकि कभी कभी वो बोलेंगे आपको, क्योंकि ग्रैंड फिनाले के दिन मैं आपको ब्रीफ कर दे रही हूँ, सबका मेसी बन रहेगा, मेसी बन. ठीक है, मेसी बन के अलावा देयर इज नो चेंज. मेसी बन में क्या होता है, एवरीवन लुक प्रिटी, और इसमें क्या होता है, आपका क्राउन अच्छे से फिक्स हो जाता है. ठीक है, अगर यू ओपन द हेयर, अगर यू डू समथिंग, देन सेकेंड राउंड के लिए टाइम नहीं रहता आपके बाल बनाने के लिए. फिर वो टाइम बस आपको क्लोथिंग चेंज का टाइम मिलता है क्विक. तो एक बार आपका मेकअप हो जाएगा मॉर्निंग में एंड उसी मेकअप पे हल्का सा टचअप के बाद यू विल बी देयर फॉर द ग्रैंड टिल द ग्रैंड फिनाले. ओके, फर्स्ट डे आपका जो होगा मेकअप, अगर उसका होगा क्या कहते हैं आपका फोटोशूट के लिए, फोटोशूट के लिए, हाँ फोटोशूट साड़ी के लिए यू कैन वियर एनीथिंग, मतलब यू कैन गो फॉर एनी काइंड ऑफ मेकअप, बट आपको पता होना चाहिए आपके चेहरे पे सूट क्या करता है. ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैम मेरा तो अभी खराब लग रहा है, आई वांट टू चेंज इट. वी रियली डोंट हैव टाइम. हम प्रैक्टिस मिस कर देंगे. ग्रैंड फिनाले लास्ट ईयर भी ये दिक्कतें हुई थी कि हमारे ग्रैंड फिनाले के जो राउंड्स होते हैं उसकी कोऑर्डिनेशन की प्रैक्टिस नहीं हो पाती है. तो आप 1 by 1 हेड रैम, मिड रैम और पीछे जो सेंटर रैम्प में जो खड़ा होने के पोजेस यू प्रैक्टिस एंड यू कम विद दैट. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन द सिंगल वॉक प्रैक्टिस. आई एम गोइंग टू हेल्प यू ओनली फॉर जो ग्रुप में जो सेकेंड वॉक होगी उसके लिए. आई जस्ट हेल्प यू आउट टू डू प्रैक्टिस इन द कोऑर्डिनेशन, हाउ यू वांट टू डू इट, हाउ यू गोना डू इट. So this is only we are doing a practice on those days because really we have very less time for those 2 days. इसीलिए हम ऑनलाइन में काम करते हैं कि एटलीस्ट यू कीप ऑन वर्किंग. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट डे आपका मेकअप प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा फॉर द फोटोशूट. फोटोशूट के लिए लाइट में होगा, तो लाइट में कौन कौन से कलर्स है दैट यू डिसाइड. लास्ट मिनट नहीं करना, मेरा चेहरा अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, ये नहीं लग रहा है. आप टेल देम व्हाट यू वांट फ्रॉम आवर साइड. इफ दे वांट यू टू गेट आईलैशेस तो आप आईलैशेस का ब्रांड पूछ लीजिएगा. जो जो क्वेरीज है वो आप लिख के रखिए. आईलैशेस के लिए क्या है, स्किन के लिए मुझे क्या करना है जिससे मैं अच्छा दिखूं, शुड आई गेट समथिंग डन रेडी और शुड आई डू. सो दीज आर द सर्टेन क्वेरीज एंड द क्वेश्चन, बी रेडी विद इट. ऐसा नहीं है कि जब आप सेशंस में आओ देन कीप आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम देम, क्योंकि तब फिर किसी के पास abrupt question, be ready with the answer, or even you tell me the answer, this is what been discussed with it, then I think ये उन्होंने बोला था. इसीलिए मैं लैक्मे का सेशंस करा रही हूँ. आज आपका शायद स्किन का होगा, फेस का होगा, हेयर डू का मेरे ख्याल से मैं नेक्स्ट कराऊंगी. देखते हैं, सी what they are going to cover. Okay, so be ready with your questions related to the makeup and आपको बेसिक टिप्स लेनी होगी उनसे कि अब आपके लिए बेसिक सामान ऐसा क्या किट में रेडी करूं. when I become Mrs. India, so I have to keep this ready with me every time when I have to do makeup. So what are the basic thing I should carry with me, because there should be a base, good base, there should be some eyes का makeup and the lips में which color, the lining, कंटूरिंग. तो क्या चीजें वी शुड हैव अ कलेक्शन बाय फॉर आवर ओन किट, है ना, जिसमें आप कंफर्टेबल हो. तो वो आपको
लेंस पहन सकते हैं क्या?
यार मैं खुद लेंस पहनती हूँ, मैं खुद भी पहनूंगी. डेफिनेटली यू कैन वेयर इट. ठीक है, पर लेंस आप एक काम करना, मेकअप के बाद लगाना, आई मेकअप के बाद ना, क्योंकि मेकअप के पहले लगाओगे तो उसमें बहुत ज्यादा वो चला जाएगा. मतलब दैट अगेन यू कैन टेक अ कॉल अकॉर्डिंग टू यू. तो अपने क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू मेकअप रेडी करो और उनसे आंसर पूछो. कुछ और जानना है, जैसे आपके कुछ कुछ बेसिक चीजें जो, जैसे यू वांट कि मेरी स्किन में यही मॉइस्चराइजर यूज करता है, यू गेट दैट मॉइस्चराइजर विद यू. डोंट एक्सपेक्ट देम टू यूज, क्योंकि कहते हैं मेरी स्किन ड्राई हो जाती है, आई डोंट नो, मेरी स्किन में पोर बहुत है. तो एटलीस्ट आप 5 से 6 चीजें अपनी स्किन के बारे में उनको बता दो, so that they will do a makeup accordingly. I don't like this color because this very nail suit karta. I prefer to do a smoky eyes because smoky eyes and nude face, nude lips, so that मतलब ये दिन का time है ना, तो it looks very nice and it looks very highly professional and you have a multicolor sari. है ना?
यस
तो
मैम,
ये सब
यस।
क्वेरीज क्वेश्चंस आप पूछो, अपना मेकअप के लिए पूछो। बन एक जो होता है वो बता देंगे, आपको लेके आना है। आईलैशेस आपको जो लगवानी है आपके आई के अकॉर्डिंग आपको लेनी है। ग्लू वो लगाने में हेल्प कर देंगे, आपको लाना है। अगर आपको कुछ और एक्सटेंशन कराना है या कुछ कराना है वो आप अपना खुद लेके आओगे। बेसिक मेकअप हेयर डू विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू यू, ठीक है? कुछ और
मैम
जानना है आपको?
टैलेंट राउंड का मेकअप क्या अलग से कर सकते हैं या उस दिन भी सेम ही मेकअप जो मॉर्निंग पे होगा वही कंटिन्यू होगा?
नहीं नहीं, देखिए जो स्पोर्ट्स राउंड में तो आप मेकअप करके कुछ आओगे नहीं, बस हल्की से लिपस्टिक लगाओगे सेकंड डे, हल्की से लिपस्टिक और अपना मॉइस्चराइजर अपना ये करके आओगे, आई जो भी है, क्योंकि हल्के से फोटो शूट्स होंगे उसमें तो आपको मेकअप की जरूरत नहीं है। क्योंकि मैं आपको बता दूं मेकअप में बहुत बहुत टाइम लगता है, बट आई डोंट वांट यू ऑल टू वेस्ट टाइम। बी प्रिपेयर्ड। फिर हम जो टैलेंट राउंड जब होता रहेगा, पीछे जिन लड़कियों का नंबर आ रहा है वो पहले जाके बैठ जाएंगे 1 by 1। जल्दी से हमारे जो है उस दिन मेकअप नहीं होना है कोई भी। तो टैलेंट राउंड के लिए मेकअप का, तो टैलेंट राउंड के लिए हमारी टीम आ जाएगी लैक्मे की, वो आपका जल्दी से टचअप करना शुरू कर देंगी। इतनी देर में आपकी परफॉर्मेंसेस चलती रहेंगी, जो पीछे वाले नंबर हैं वो हम आगे पीछे कर देंगे अगर किसी का मेकअप रुक गया, ठीक है?
तो हम लोग
तो
मेकअप
टैलेंट राउंड,
करके जा सकते हैं ना मैम? मॉर्निंग पे
हाँ
जब हम
वो भी
जाएंगे
आप
रीच
कर
करेंगे
सकते हैं,
जैसे
हाँ
नॉर्मल डेली वाला मेकअप करते हैं वैसे करके जा सकते हैं, राइट?
वैसे करके जा सकते हैं। और अगर आपको लगता है कि टैलेंट राउंड में थोड़ा मुझे थोड़ा सा वैसा
हेयर
मेकअप
का
चाहिए,
थोड़ा
थोड़ा
सा,
सा
हाँ।
लाउड, तो वो आपकी वो हेल्प कर देंगे। हम एक
ओके।
7-10 लोगों की टीम लाके, वो प्रॉपर मेकअप में बहुत टाइम लगता है,
नहीं नहीं,
वो
प्रॉपर
आपको
करके
बहुत
जाएंगे,
टाइम,
थोड़ा सा बांध बांध जो भी करना होगा टैलेंट डाउन
वो
ड्रेसेस
आपसे
के
कर
साथ।
देंगे, हाँ वो आपसे कर देंगे, ठीक है?
मैम
ओके।
कल ही से तो 5 बी रेडी बाय 5 o'clock। Banashri, take ownership, take mentorship for that
श्योर मैम।
session, invite them, say thank you when they are going to end the session. Anyways it's going to recorded session, तो वो रिकॉर्ड तो है ही, यूट्यूब में लाइव होगा, but I
ओके।
want you to just greet them, and even everyone should greet them. Greeting is a must from everyone, not from the mentor, from everyone who all are joining. Say thank you for being here. I'm really happy that you joined from the LACME. These are the certain things that we have to, everyone should take an initiative being a panelist. And when the session is about to over, we should thank you to her. Thank you so much for such a beautiful session, so such an inspiring session. I'm really, because everyone is taking out time for your own self, and they are really कहते हैं ना कि बहुत बड़े legend है in their own field. They
I
are
have to.
taking out time. You can see it. Everyone is so big. They are really, मतलब वो अपनी लाइन में बेस्ट हैं, वो आपके लिए आ रहे हैं।
डोंट
तो
वरी मैम, हम लोग एज ए टीम सब मिल के कर लेंगे, आप
हाँ,
एकदम
दैट्स
टेंशन
वेरी
मत लो।
नाइस,
Exactly.
बहुत
एकदम।
अच्छा लगेगा मुझे, बिकॉज
इंटरव्यू
वन एंड ऑयल प्लीज। हाँ हाँ,
हाँ।
थैंक यू सो मच। ओके
हेलो
डियर,
मैम।
बाय बाय, जॉय, बाय
मैम
टेक
जॉय।
केयर मैम, अच्छे
वन
से
क्वेश्चन।
होली खेलना। आप आपका भी पिक्चर्स
थैंक यू, विश यू
शेयर
हैप्पी
कीजिएगा।
होली।
हैप्पी
कॉर्पोरेट
होली।
होली
बाय
है,
मैम।
इसमें खेल देख सकते हैं। हैप्पी होली टू एवरीवन।
Happy
हैप्पी
Holi,
हैप्पी
ma'am.
होली
Happy
होली
Holi,
मैम।
एवरीवन
ma'am.
हैप्पी
हैप्पी
होली।
होली।
लव यू ऑल, हैप्पी
बाय
होली।
Bye bye.
लव यू
बाय
टू
बाय
मैम।
बाय बाय मैम। बाय बाय।
बाय बाय।
बाय।